Guys, welcome back to the channel. Alexandra here. On my channel, I'm documenting my weight loss journey with some lifestyle and fitness and vlogging content in there for you too. Guys, day one of my skipping challenge, and I'm scared. I'm already scared, but I'm gonna try because I already feel like, can my legs do this? But I'm gonna try. The ceiling is high enough because I don't want skipping in here. So as I've just said, in today's video, I'm bringing you my skipping challenge, my 6-week skipping challenge. And it's anyone's guess as to why I decided to punish myself for 6 weeks. And yes, I would call it a punishment. So as you guys know, I previously did a walking challenge, a squat challenge, and an arm challenge. And off the back of all my challenges, I thought I'm just going to keep up the momentum because I absolutely love the challenges. And it helps to keep my weight loss journey really exciting. I'm the kind of person that I almost need like constant stimulation to keep me motivated to do things. So the idea of doing a challenge every month really appealed to me because it meant it broke up the weight loss journey and kept things interesting. So I thought I'd seen a couple of people online doing skipping challenges, and I absolutely love skipping. I really enjoyed skipping when I was younger. So I thought it makes sense for me to do the skipping challenge. I also knew that skipping, works your entire body and it helps you burn a lot of calories. So I thought, I'm out in a tropical country, why not take advantage and do something that will take me outside? And obviously skipping is also something that's very easy to accommodate. All you need is rope and you've got it. You can skip anywhere you are. So I thought, let's give this a go. And oh my goodness, was I wrong. So the first few days I did have some challenge and I thought, okay, I'm really out of breath a lot. My knees are hurting, my ankles are hurting, the soles of my feet are hurting. But I thought this is all just my body adjusting because this is something I haven't done in a very long time. And surely as I progress, it will get easier and easier. And even in preparation, a couple of days before I actually kicked off the challenge on August 1st, I thought, let me skip a bit just to see if I can keep up. So that's when I decided, it was off the back of that, I thought, let me do 100 skips per day and that'll be where I go from. And then I even broke down the skips into 25 skips, then a break for 30 seconds, then another 25, then a break for 30 seconds, and so on. As the challenge progressed, I thought, okay, I worked up to 200 and eventually I actually was able to do 300 skips, 50 per session, 50 reps with 30-second rest. So you guys can imagine by week 2, by week 3, I'm thinking, why hasn't the pain in my feet and my ankles and my shins, why hasn't that pain gone down? Why isn't my body used to that level of pain yet? And bearing in mind, I skipped on concrete, I skipped on marble, I skipped on different types of ground. So I thought it can't just be the ground. As you can see also, my trainers that I wore were very, very well cushioned. We're talking about more than an inch thick cushion. So I was thinking to myself, what is the problem? I thought I'm stronger now and surely my body should have adjusted to the pain by now. And obviously you know that, when we're younger, when we skip, we don't get to skip in like a gym where the floor is acts as a shock absorber. So I don't think the fact that I wasn't skipping in like a gym setting mattered so much, or it shouldn't have mattered so much, because when we're younger, we're mostly skipping outside and that can be on any kind of ground. So I don't necessarily think that was why I should have been in so much pain. So I felt like for the entire 6 weeks, I was basically out of breath. I was out here literally panting like a dog. I'm trying to put it politely, but guys, your girl, I couldn't catch my breath the entire 6 weeks, and not in a good way. So by week 3, I told myself, let me incorporate 2 days rest between every skipping session. And hopefully that will help my legs recover and I'd be rested enough that I'd be able to take it on again. I didn't find that this really helped too much. So with the incorporated 2 days of rest, I didn't feel like it improved my situation any better. What it felt like is I would get 2 days rest, I would skip, and I would damage my body all over again. And then I'd be right back to square one. Square one being the pain I was in 2 days prior. Like, it didn't feel like my body was any stronger. It just felt like I'd inflicted the same level of pain and my body was right back to being in as much pain as it was. It made me start thinking, where do you strike the balance between pain for progress versus pain for injury? Where do you decide that this level of pain is worth what I'm getting out of it? And that is not what I was getting. I quickly realized that this challenge wasn't effective and it wasn't efficient for the amount of time I was putting into it and what my body was getting out of it.
It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist. I can get away from these beach views and every day. All I wanna hear is an vision that we play. Sit right next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you. Because you really wanna, I just wanna get away. Sit right next to you.
I will say though, by week 4, I definitely noticed that my stamina had improved, but I didn't feel like it was worth it for the amount of work I was putting in. Especially, I had been doing a lot of cardio when I first began my weight loss journey, and I immediately noticed after about 2-3 weeks that, you know, my stamina had improved drastically. I was making the same distances, I was walking the same distances much easier, I was climbing flights of stairs easier. So I was thinking to myself that I'm 4 weeks into this, and although I can improve, although I know that my stamina has improved, I have done other forms of cardio where I have gained so much more progress in my cardio than the skipping challenge has delivered. And I think that was a lot to do with the fact that I was in so much pain. My body wasn't recovering or growing as much, number one. And also, I wasn't able to do the skipping as often because I was in so much pain. So those two factors meant I wasn't improving as quickly as I had done with other forms of cardio in the same amount of time. It was to the point, guys, that I was so deterred by the pain that I was in that I started to develop anxiety leading up to the days I would have to skip. Like, say I skipped on Monday and I'm not skipping again till Thursday because of the 2 days rest, I would start feeling anxious, like, oh my goodness, I have to do this again for the sake of the challenge. I'm going to be in so much pain. I'm not going to be able to walk properly. My feet are going to be so sore. My knees are going to give out. So I was starting to feel like, what am I doing? What is going on? Why am I choosing suffering? And it very quickly became a chore. It became like something I wasn't enjoying, which was like really disheartening because you guys know that I absolutely love my challenges, and they have been like a source of joy for me in my weight loss journey. So then to be committed to this 6 weeks challenge of something I'm no longer enjoying was really like taking out the fun of the weight loss journey. And to be honest, I just began to count down the days for the skipping challenge to be over, and it didn't feel like it was worth it to me anymore.
And wash me over until my will runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby,
I'm sure it's obvious to some of you, but on reflection, I realized that I entered the challenge prematurely. Because if we consider every factor, the only thing that I think allowed me to struggle so much in my skipping challenge, I think it has to be my weight, because the soles of my trainers are cushioned. I was skipping at a decent pace, but I think the constant up and down and the jumping at my weight to my joints, there just wasn't enough strength in my muscles and my joints to take that kind of constant pounding on my joints. And to be very honest with you, I think I'm lucky I escaped without having a very serious injury that could harm me, like, in future. I think that if I was going to potentially do another skipping challenge again, I think realistically I should weigh about 2 stones or at least 28 pounds weight loss before entertaining this kind of challenge again. And at my weight personally, the experience of this challenge has shown me that low impact is what I should be doing for at least a few more months before my body is ready to do something like this. So for me, I mean, I would rate this challenge a 4 out of 10, and I'm being generous because I probably should have terminated the challenge a bit earlier when I started to experience all this pain, but I can be quite stubborn. So I just thought to myself, I don't like to stop things when I've started, but that was a lesson for me to know that I should have been a bit more mature about that and just terminated the challenge. So the plan definitely going forward for at least the next couple of months is to resume low impact workouts that will give me just as much benefits as this will, but with my joints, but prioritizing the health and the safety of my joints, because right now my weight and my joints is not acting as adequate shock absorbers to be able to sustain a challenge like this. That being said though, obviously, as you can see, the weather was lovely. It was very nice to be outside all the time to do something like this. I also want to add, I don't want to discourage anyone that wants to do a weight loss challenge. It's that just for me and for where my body's at right now, it was a bit of a lethal mix, and I wouldn't recommend it if you're in a similar situation to me. There are so many low impact workouts that will improve your stamina, improve your health, improve your cardiovascular system that you can do that are very enjoyable, and you'll get the same benefits from. It's just not worth putting your physical health at risk for the sake of a challenge like I did. Learn from my mistakes, guys. Let's not do things like this. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I think I'm about to go on a walk. My first love. Bye.